Hello, Ashley. I'm so glad to have you here today. Would you please tell us a little bit about yourself and your family and how you guys got started homeschooling?
Hi, Amy. I'm so happy to be here with you today. I have been homeschooling for about 9 years now when I did the math. I am actually a former English teacher and I taught in the public school, not very long, but taught there long enough to know that individual attention and one-on-one instruction with kids is the best for a child's education. So I knew right away when I started having kids that I wanted to homeschool. So I started homeschooling my daughter. She was 2.5 years old. And I just got so excited to just jump in and do it. It was like mostly crafts and reading and stuff. But that's when I started homeschooling. And now I have three kids, and my oldest is 12. My middle kiddo is 10, and my youngest is 7, almost 8 now. And I love doing a Charlotte Mason inspired style with a little bit of classical as well. That's why I listen to your podcast with some of your classical info. And I love living books. That's probably like the best part that has drawn me to homeschooling.
Yeah, there is nothing so fun as sitting with your kids and reading a book out loud together or looking at a picture book together and then having that shared family vocabulary, those stories that really become such a huge part of your family life.
Yes, yes, that's definitely one of my favorite parts about homeschooling.
Well, I mean, that kind of segues perfectly into my question, which is what are some of your favorite parts of homeschooling? Obviously, the books. Anything
Yes,
else?
definitely the books. The other thing is being able to adapt to my child's needs. I'm a very flexible person and I love seeing, okay, what are your strengths? What are your weaknesses? What do you need right now? What's your best curriculum? What kind of rest do you need? Or out of the house extracurricular activities. I love being able to adapt and roll with what my kids' needs are in their current state. So that's what I love about homeschooling.
Yeah, it really is amazing how customizable things can be for unique children and challenges and seasons. So,
Yes, yes.
Ashley, what are you most looking forward to or most excited about with Made to Homeschool?
Oh, yay. Yes, made to homeschool. I was so honored that I got to join this team. I never imagined there'd be something out there like this. And the thing that I am most looking forward to is the live workshops, actually. I am a huge fan of attending live workshops myself. I love to interact with the speaker, ask questions at the end, and I love watching them and gleaning from their wisdom. So I know there's going to be amazing ladies that I can attend and watch these workshops with. But I myself also love giving live workshops. It's just a lot of fun just to be able to interact live with the people who want to hear from you and share with you. So I get a lot of energy and feedback from doing live workshops, and that's definitely what I'm looking for about Made to Homeschool.
It's going to be so much fun because we have all of these different people with different, gifts and experiences who can come. And it'll be like just getting to have a chat with, this person you've always wondered, like, how do you do this? And we're going to be able to come and talk live and answer questions. And then to have the library of the past recorded workshops is going to be great too, for sure.
Yes, yes, for sure.
Well, Ashley, I do want to ask you the questions I ask all of my podcast guests. And so the first one is just, what are you reading these days?
Great question. I start and stop so many books. I looked at my audiobook list right now and I think I have 7 or 8 books that I keep bouncing around from. But I told myself just yesterday I need to pick maybe two and finish them. So one of them I've been listening to is Order from Chaos, which is learning how to organize and live with ADHD. I myself am a self-diagnosed ADHD. I haven't done it clinically yet, but I'm an easily distracted, scattered person for sure. So this book has been huge in helping me just like help figuring out my systems and what go well. And then in physical book form, I picked it up and brought it down here for you to see. But this is A Chance to Die, The Life and Legacy of Amy Carmichael by Elizabeth Elliot. I am a huge fan of anything Elizabeth Elliot. Do you read Elizabeth Elliot,
Yes,
Amy?
our family read aloud Through Gates of Splendor last year. That was a great read aloud.
Oh, that's one of my favorite books ever. But I love anything Elizabeth writes, and I haven't finished this one. I started it back maybe 10 years ago, and then kids and life and everything happening because it's a thick one, and the words are kind of small, but I can't put it down right now. So I finally picked it back up, and I'm loving hearing about Amy Carmichael. She's very inspiring to me, and just how she's chosen to lay her life down because she's going into missions knowing it may cost her life. And that has just been like, wow, this is such a message and a testimony for people today. Like we are not one to do something if it costs us something. It's all about self-care today. And I'm like, Amy was not thinking about self-care when she went out on the mission field. It's herself was like the last thing on her mind. And that has been just really inspiring to me reading this one. So I highly recommend this one to anybody who wants to read it.
I will piggyback that with a recommendation for a children's biography of Amy Carmichael. We have my ragged copy from my own childhood. It was one of my most reread books. As you can imagine, I thought it was very cool that we shared the same name. So
Yes, yes.
I was very into Amy Carmichael as a child myself and have given the same book to my kids, and they've also really enjoyed it. In fact, I think one year I actually did read it out loud, but that's been a few years. But it's called With Daring Faith. And I can't remember the author's name off the top of my head, which I'm sorry, author, wherever you are, you matter. But it's a fantastic book, really accessible to all ages. And yeah, just to hear of Amy's faith and courage is really inspiring. Well,
That's
Ashley,
awesome. I've not heard of that one.
yeah, so add that one to
up.
your list. It's a good homeschool book.
Okay.
We can always fit books into the homeschool budget, like it's another book, but it's
Yeah.
really for school. It's fine.
Yeah.
Ashley, what would be your best tip for helping homeschool day run smoothly?
Oh, yes. Okay. So, because I'm a easily distracted, scattered homeschool mom, the biggest thing that has helped me and changed my life really is block scheduling, and not really not having no schedule, because that doesn't help anybody. At least I found in my home, not to have any kind of routine kind of throws us all off, and nothing really gets done. But having a really rigid, structured schedule where like at 8 a.m. we do this, at 8:25 we do this, and and so on and so forth. That is just way too rigid in my mind as well. So when I think of my time and block scheduling, that has helped my day run really smooth. When I know, okay, this is my morning time block, and then we only do morning time. I only focused on morning time. I don't worry about the dishes or the text message I have to respond to. I'm only focused on our morning time and family subjects. And then, later in the day, I have my cleaning the house block. Maybe it's 30 minutes, maybe it's an hour, maybe it's only 10 minutes that day, but it's a block of time that I'm only focused on one thing, and I'm doing that one thing well. And again, I'm not perfect in it. We all struggle with being focused all the time, but having a block schedule thinking has really helped me organize my days and run the days very much more smoother.
It sounds like block scheduling would make a great made to homeschool workshop. How to implement in your homeschool day.
It's actually coming. It's actually coming.
Oh,
You got a little sneak peek of it, I guess.
Okay, guys, you heard it here first. Quick, go join Made to Homeschool so you don't miss that one. Ashley, where can people find you all around the internet?
All around the internet. No, not all around. Just at Joyful Noise Learning. YouTube is where I'm mainly at. I'm also on Instagram, sometimes at Ashley W. Joyful Noise Learning. And then I had one more thing and I forgot. Oh, I have my website at joyfulnoiselearning.com with some printables and info there about how to get started homeschooling.
Fabulous. Thank you so much, Ashley. I look forward to hanging out with you in Made Homeschool.
Thanks, Amy. Appreciate you.